Hey everyone! I hope all of you who live up north are staying warm. I know last week it even got cold here in Florida, cold enough for me to wear these mittens. These are my Bernie Sanders mittens I made a couple weeks ago, so if you haven't seen this tutorial, check out the link below. So then I got to thinking, I need a winter hat to match these mittens. So that's what we're going to make today. You're going to want 4 colors of yarn, and I'm using the same color scheme I used to make the mittens. And that means we're using Premier Just Yarn worsted in the color Gentle White. And I got these from Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree has a ton of yarn right now, so if you haven't been there in a while, check it out. Also, this one is light brown. This is just a solid black, and I've had this for a while, and I don't know what brand it is, but it doesn't matter, just a worsted weight yarn in black. And then this one is Red Heart, and it is Cafe Latte, and this is going to be our main color here. The crochet hook we're going to use a F5 3.75 millimeter, and then a stitch marker, a yarn needle, a scissors, and I also made a little pom-pom in the same color as the main color. I just used a little pom-pom maker for that. And if you don't know how to make a pom-pom, I have a video on that where I made a little owl. Looks like this. And I show you how to use a pom-pom maker, and I'll link that below. So I have a hat here that I made many years ago, and I was going to use it as a guide to see how big to make this hat. So I wanted to measure how wide this is. It's about 10.5 inches. So I'm going to make the base of my hat about 21 to 22 inches wide. And I'm going to be using that same stitch we have here on the mittens, which is just a single crochet and then a single crochet back in the working just the back loop only. And when I get to the end of making that, I want it to be in a multiple of 6. So I'll be able to single crochet one single crochet in each row and get the correct multiple when I'm done. I'm going to start by making a slip knot. And then chain 10. So I'll skip the first chain and single crochet into the next chain, and single crochet into each chain along this row. So it'll be a total of 9 single crochets. And now you have your 9 single crochets. You want to chain 1 and then turn your work around, and then we're going to single crochet into the back loop only. So that means you're going to take your hook and skip that chain you just made, go into the first single crochet and go in up underneath this back loop, and then yarn over, pull through, and make your single crochet. So this is back loop only. And this creates a nice ribbing effect, and it looks like this. And there's your second row done. We're going to do the same thing. Do 1 chain, turn it around, and then go into the back loop again. So just continue doing this until you get to the length you need to make your hat. Mine is going to be about 21 to 22 inches, but I'll need it in a multiple of 6. So I'm going to count those stitches and make sure it's a multiple of 6 before I stop. At this point, I'm almost halfway there. And one thing I wanted to mention was when you get to the end of a row, it's a little bit hard to see that back loop. But if you just kind of like pull it out a little bit, maybe stretch it out, then it's a little bit easier to see that little back loop right here. And just keep your stitches a little bit loose, and it'll be really helpful when you're trying to get to that back loop. Since this stitch really stretches really good, I am going to actually measure it already stretched out to make sure I'm getting the right fit. So I'm going to measure out 12 inches and 10. And that's exactly what I want, 22 inches with it a little bit stretched. So that's why it fits tight enough around my head that it's not going to just fall off. So this came to 66 single crochet rows. And if you're doing a different size, I'll leave a chart in the description below so that way you can estimate how long to make yours. So let's go ahead and join this together. We're got to our last row here and we're going to do one chain. And then we're going to match these up here and just join them together with a slip stitch. And to do a slip stitch, you're going to go underneath these two loops here and then go underneath the two loops here and then yarn over and pull through, and then you're also going to pull through that loop right there. And then just keep going into the next stitches, doing the same thing. And you want to kind of pull this up a little bit so it doesn't get too tight as you go. And then this is going to be the outside of our hat, and it's going to be the bottom part. So now we're going to chain one and we're going to do a single crochet in each of these rows on the top end of the row. And that's going to end up being 66 single crochets. So we're just going to do one single crochet in each of the top of the rows. And you can leave a stitch marker here, the first one, so that way you know where you started. And the easy way to do this is there's like two holes that form on the end of these rows. And so you can put your hook in there and do a single crochet just right here. You can kind of just do that single crochet in those holes, like one here and then one right here. And that way you'll know you'll be getting the correct amount of single crochets as you go around. Now you can go back and count your stitches, make sure you have 66 or whatever number you're supposed to be at. Then we can start our foundation pattern, and we're going to do one single crochet decrease in the next two stitches. So you're just going to go back over that single crochet round you just did, and we're just going to work our way around as we go. So you could put that stitch marker back in here just to keep your spot. We're going to do that single crochet decrease. We're going to put our hook in here, pull up a loop and pull through, and then the next stitch, and then yarn over and pull through all those. That's our single crochet decrease. Then we're going to do a double crochet in the next stitch, and then a triple crochet or treble crochet, one chain, another treble crochet in the next stitch, a double crochet in the next stitch, and then another single crochet decrease in the next two. And that's going to be our little pattern there. So I'll show you guys that again. So a double, and a triple, chain, another triple, double, and then a single crochet decrease. And you're going to just repeat this pattern all the way around. And it makes like a little ripple pattern here. So just keep going with this pattern until you get all the way around. Our last stitch before we join back together into the second round is going to be a double crochet. Do that one. Then we'll be going into the second round. This is where we made that single crochet decrease. So we're going to go in there and make another single crochet decrease. This one, and then in this stitch, yarn over. Then we'll do one single crochet in this one. And now we are to that chain space we made at the very top between those two triple crochets. And we're going to do one single crochet and then chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and then do another single crochet still in that chain space. And then your next single crochet will be in this next stitch, and make sure you're not overlapping it and going to this one. Make sure it's the next one right here. Then you'll want to do a decrease, a single crochet decrease in all 3 of these next stitches. This is the double crochet we made. That's our single crochet decrease, and that's the double. So we're going to do another single crochet decrease all over 3 of these. And then you just start over. So we're going to do one single crochet here, and then one single crochet in our chain space, and then 1, 2, 3 chains, one single crochet, one single crochet in this one, and then a single crochet decrease in 3 stitches. And you can see how the pattern's kind of forming a little zigzag. That's what we want it to do. So continue with that pattern all the way around till you get to the end here. And then we'll start on our 3rd row. So we just finished our single crochet, chain 3 single crochet, and we're almost to the very end. And the next stitch right here is going to be a single crochet, but we are going to join our new color, which is going to be the soft white. So we're going to start our single crochet, and then we're going to pull through with the soft white. And just leave like a little bit of a tail so that way you have something to crochet over. So just pull that through, and then you can kind of pull on this a little bit and reshape your single crochet if it got out of whack there. And then you're going to start crocheting with this color. And I like to crochet over these 2 colors, and then I don't have to weave in any ends at the end. So we're going to do our single crochet decrease over the 3. And pull through. Then we'll do our next single crochet. Then we're going to do a single crochet and chain 3. So this is the same pattern we were just using. We're just now using a new color. And I'm going to cut these ends off. I feel like we've crocheted over them enough where they're not going to come out. And now you can just continue on like you were in the last round, just with that same pattern. You do 1 single crochet and 1 single crochet in the chain space, chain 3, single crochet, and keep going. And it's gonna start looking like a little crown. It's just gonna do this zigzag pattern here. And I just finished that round. We're going to continue on with the same color. We did our single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, and then the single crochet here. Now we're ready for our single crochet decrease in all 3 stitches. And then just keep going. And we're going to do 3 rows total of this. So we have our first row, this will be our second, and then we'll do 1 more after that. All right, guys, we're making progress here. We're about to add in our 3rd color, and we've just finished our single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, and we're going to do a partial single crochet here. So go under our loops, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then you're going to pull through the next color, which is going to be the light brown. So we're going to take our light brown and put it over our hook and pull it through. And then we can adjust these to make them a little bit tighter because they probably got out of shape a little bit. And then we're just going to do our next single crochet decrease and crochet over those ends. And then just keep going. Since we're using the same pattern for each round of the hat, I created a convenient chart for you guys so that way you know which color to switch to. I made this chart based on the order of the colors of the mitten pattern, but you can create a different order if you want something else. We've already completed rounds 1 through 4, so we're going to start on round 5 with the light brown. And you can take a screenshot of this pattern, or you can go down in the description and click the link and download this pattern and print it out. So the next row we're going to do is we're going to try and make this a little bit more straight around here. So what I'm going to do is double crochet decrease in the next 3 stitches. So I'm going to yarn over, go under the 2 here, pull up a loop, and then yarn over again and go through the 2. But I'm not going to finish off like a double crochet. I'm going to go into the next one the same way. And just pull through 2. And do that 1 more time. And then you have 4 loops on your hook, and you're going to yarn over and pull through all 4 of those. And then the next one, I'm going to go into that chain space and just do 1 single crochet. So not only is this going to flatten this out a little bit, it's also going to kind of pull it together. So let's go to the next one. I'm going to actually skip this single crochet here and go to the next one. So I'm going to yarn over, and then yarn over and pull through all 4. And then you'll do a single crochet in that next chain space. So skip that one. And you'll just continue on like this all the way around. And I'm just finishing up that last one here. and then the single crochet. And then from here, you just want to do just a little slip stitch right here in the next one. And then you could leave a long tail on here. You're going to want a long tail so that way you can sew this around and it'll all gather together. So pull that through and then just tighten it a little bit. So go ahead and thread the yarn through the needle. From underneath, you want to go under one of those, that outside loop of your single crochet. So just like this. And you're going to sew each one of them just up like this. And you don't have to sew it tight. We're going to pull it tight at the end and it's going to all gather together. And that one was the last one. So I'm just going to go in one more time through that first one. And then you're just going to pull this tight. So you just pull it and it all gathers together like that. And then you just want to sew over this a couple of times. Make sure it's not going to loosen up on you. Go a couple different directions. And then you can just put your needle inside here on the inside of the hat. Turn it inside out and then just tuck in those ends. You can cut that. And then if you made a pom-pom, you can just attach that on top. So to do that, I am going to first thread on one of these little tails here onto my yarn needle. And I'm going to just sew that through here. And my tails came out of my pom-pom, so what I'm going to do is just sew a long piece of yarn through the middle of my pom-pom. Just like this. And yeah, that's not going anywhere. So let me get that back on my yarn needle again. Then we can just sew that through here. And then what you're going to do is sew it again through here. Just make sure it's real secure. And I'm going to put this on the inside of my hat. Put that yarn on the inside, and then I'm also going to put this one on the inside. So we got those two on there. And then I'm just going to tie a knot right here. So that way that pom-pom isn't going anywhere. And just tie it a couple times. And if you want to tuck those in, you can. You also want to tuck this beginning tail in. So let's do that. And then you can cut that one there. We can take off our stitch marker. And it looks like I have a little piece hanging off over here. I'm just going to trim this. And there is our Bernie Sanders hat to match our Bernie Sanders mittens. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and if you did, definitely give me a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.